demolishing dilapidated buildings in Cape Coast following collapse of a building that claimed 2 lives.
We will make sure that we fight this holistically so that every dilapidated building within Cape Coast that might get collapsed, we will rather demolish it before it gets collapsed.
Also coming up, patrons call for more AgriFairs as Channel 1 TV Climax Maiden Edition.
I want to commend Channel 1 TV for initiating this. It's bold and it is sustainable. The impact is huge, and if we can get the media to come into the agri space, it makes things more interesting.
Lives at risk as canoe and commuters travel the Mepe Adidome stretch of the Volta River without life jackets.
The boat operators choose to do anything at all at the life. Even if they have the life jackets, when they are dirty, they will not wash them, they will throw them away. Thereby, we don't have access to any of the life jackets. That's why we crossing without the life jacket.
And residents of Mamponting in the Ashanti region raise concerns over stalled market project.
Nti ye de jidie pa ye mpa ye bone se ke Awurade be ye adom na ko mbe ye dwana ma ye na ka ye nsoso no ye nya baabi aye de akwakotena.
Grateful to you for your time. Let's begin the bulletin from the central region, where local authorities in Cape Coast have begun a major demolition exercise targeting dilapidated residential and commercial properties. Now, this follows the collapse of a residential building which claimed 2 lives. Our central regional correspondent Akwesiado has more in this report.
Tragedy struck on Saturday, June 21, when a weakened residential building near London Bridge in central Cape Coast collapsed during heavy rains, resulting in the death of 2 people. 3 others were pulled from the rubble by personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service. Preliminary investigations indicate that the building, weakened by age and years of neglect, could no longer withstand the intense downpour. The Deputy Public Relations Officer of the Central Regional Fire Service spoke to Channel 1 News, confirming that structural failure due to lack of maintenance was a key factor in the collapse.
When we came there, it was true that what they reported was exactly what was happening at the scene. So we got on board. From our preliminary investigations, we were told that 5 people were trapped in the building, but 2 had already been rescued and then sent to the hospital. So with the support from the MCE, releasing the drip machine, and then from NADMA and the police service, we were able to rescue the 3 casualties that were trapped under the building.
Meanwhile, several communities in Cape Coast were also overwhelmed by flooding. The Central Regional Office of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, says assessments are ongoing to determine the full extent of the casualties and damage.
Despite the commendable collaborative effort from personnel from NADMO, Ghana National Fire Service, the NIB, the police, the assembly members, the disaster volunteers, and all concerned, 2 people passed away. They lost their lives. NADMO has managed, as part of our protocols, we have deposited the bodies at the Interbetti Hospital. Assessment is ongoing, and in the course of the day, we will know exact numbers of victims affected.
City authorities say they have identified multiple old and unsafe buildings across some of Cape Coast's oldest neighborhoods. These structures are now marked for demolition in an effort to prevent further disasters. Day 1 of the exercise saw the pulling down of several compromised buildings. Cape Coast Mayor George Justice Arthur told Channel 1 News that the demolition campaign will be extended to other parts of the city. He is urging residents living in such unsafe buildings to vacate voluntarily.
It will not last only today because there's a disaster. We will make sure that we fight this holistically so that every dilapidated building within Cape Coast that might get collapsed, we will rather demolish it before it gets collapsed.
Nearby communities in the commended Naigwafu Abrem municipality also experienced severe flooding, adding to a growing list of districts affected by heavy rains in the central region. Regional NADMO Director Kwesi Dawood is advising residents in high-risk flood zones to relocate immediately. He assured the public that emergency response teams remain on standby to provide needed support.
The information at our disposal from the Emergency Operations Command as well as the Meteorological Service indicate that they don't even do it for this year. And as such, we needed them to move to the designated safe havens. So that in case there is incidents of flooding, we wouldn't have this kind of devastation as indicated. But you know, some people, you advise them, but it will be hard for them to take the advice unless the disaster advises them themselves.
Authorities say this demolition exercise is necessary to prevent any further casualties. For Channel 1 Newsroom, I am Kwesi Ado, Cape Coast, Central Region.
It's day 3 of the 2025, the maiden edition of the AgriFair. For the past 3 days, we've brought together farmers, technology firms in agric and buyers all in a bid to promoting agriculture, a major contributor to Ghana's GDP. Now, this has been made possible by Channel 1 TV with massive support from City 97.3 FM, and it's all happened here at the Volta River Park. Children's Park here in Accra. So you can see behind me a mini market currently ongoing. Buyers busily shopping from tubers to vegetables, all on sale here. My colleague Natile Netajaho has a wrap of the 3-day event, but before that, come with us. Let's engage with some of the patrons and some of the exhibitors. So what do you have for us today?
Okay, so we have AgriFair rice and we also have AgriFair chicken. These are all made in Ghana products. So we produce chicken in different parts and then the full chicken as well. We understand that Ghanaians have the taste for chicken and then rice. And then people are health conscious, so they want something that isn't polished, that isn't so, going to affect their health. So as we have thought about it that way, we decided to give them what they are looking for. And that's why we have AgriFair foods on the market.
Okay. Tell me about your experience at this fair the past 3 days.
Oh, it's been great. It's been very great. I mean, we expected like a very huge, or let me say massive turnout. But at some point, it was very overwhelming for us because even though we had helping hands along the way, it was becoming like, it was getting bigger and bigger.
How has your customers received you at this fair? How has the experience been for you the past few days?
Okay, well, it's our first time. So when we got here, we were very excited because people came around and patronized our product. We were asking questions about our product. So what we also give them the need explanation that they have to know and give them some flyers too, so they have to contact us later. So we believe that this thing can come on again, maybe every 3 months. We're very glad.
All right, let's now take that report from my colleague Natile Netajaho, which is a wrap-up of all the events that have happened here the past 3 days at this year's 2025 AgriFair.
For 3 days, the Volta River Park was transformed into a one-stop market offering fruits, vegetables, livestock, poultry, and everything agriculture. It was sold directly from Ghanaian farmers and agro-processors. But today is the final day and it's closing with some energy and some color. Some vendors have also made booming sales. Let me engage some of them on how the fair has been so far.
It's been crazy. With the numbers we've had, we didn't expect. This has been a very well organized, well publicized, and the crowds have really responded well to whatever you guys did. So kudos to you. This is something we hope would keep happening because we as farmers are doing the work we do for a reason. We want to change Ghana. We want people to eat what we grow in this country. We want more people to turn their gaze back to the farm and understand that, hey, there's money to be made in the farm and we can feed our country. So we do what we do because we want more people to come and do the same thing. So we appreciate the partnership, we appreciate the publicity. We want more people to see this and understand that the farm is where the action is. Come, let's farm and let's feed the country.
I think it's been awesome since we came on Friday, and the expectations were very high, and indeed you guys have really met our expectations. I think sales was also good on the first day. I think at the point we even ran out of stock, and then we had to go back to the depot to bring some more stock, and I think it's been phenomenal since we came. I think it's something you guys should keep up. I don't know whether it will be like twice in a year or every quarter, but something that should be sustained over the years.
This happens to be one of the most patronized, both in terms of people that I've seen going around and also in terms of the sales that have been made while we've been here. Since Friday, every single day we have sold out. I'm expecting that today as well we'll sell out. And each time we've almost doubled the amount of product that we bring in. So it's not just a factor of we are bringing and they're selling out the same quantity. The first time we brought in a quantity, we doubled that quantity, got sold out yesterday, and then today we doubled that as well. And we're hoping to see how that goes as well. But some way, somehow, something seems to really work with this particular AgriFair.
For buyers, it's been an opportunity to get fresh food at unbeatable prices straight from the source. Let's hear from some of them too.
I think it's an amazing initiative. I think it's a very good initiative. Any opportunity that provides producers and practitioners in the sector to showcase their business and to let the public know what is available, what they can purchase, what they can go into, I think is welcome. And I think it's an amazing opportunity for producers and users together to engage. So I think it's a great initiative.
Quite impressive. I didn't know, it was a friend who said, oh, somebody told her about it, and so after service we decided to pass by to see, but I think I'm impressed. So what did you buy? We bought some grapes, some local rice, then some spices. I think it's quite reasonable.
A single point of farmers and interested parties coming for knowledge gaining. How the farmers. I saw that the classes are organizing for snail farming and poultry and all, and also the technology. You can see like in green the irrigation. We have irrigation for unattended farming. Right? I am not telling that it is very cheap, but it is moderate.
Sponsors of the event also expressed satisfaction with the level of patronage.
It's been marvelous. We have. Of course. For water, you need to drink water. When you say water in Ghana, it's Vena water. And whilst they are shopping and then going around, they need to hydrate themselves. So we knew that being here would be of benefit to us. So that's why we came on board, and we are very happy that we did.
The motion was to engage more farmers who are already farmers or even new farmers. But coming here, there are ordinary marketers that want to come and shop, but you tend to understand that they're interested in farming and want to learn about it. So we will encourage you to organize a lot of events like this, but promote it more to get young entrepreneurs that are interested in farming to come, and the likes of Farmer Line were ready to support them with innovative ways to farm.
This is fantastic. Normally when we do fairs, it's generic. You see people coming from the art and culture industry, mostly dominating. But making it specific for agric is amazing, and I'm happy to see a number of private sector firms, research institutions, public sector institutions, service providers, almost everyone in the agricultural value chain space is here exhibiting. And that's fantastic. We hardly get this. We can never stop it. The list is once a year, but I'm even thinking that we should do more than once a year. It gives the private sector people the opportunity, first, to showcase their products, two, to be able to sell whatever stock that they have. It also minimizes their transaction costs, because if they bring like a container load to this place and people will come and buy, it's cheaper than distributing the same container load among a number of supermarkets or a number of distributors. So, and then within a short period of time, they are able to generate the capital that they need to go back into business. I want to commend Channel 1 TV for initiating this. It's bold. and it is sustainable, the impact is huge. And if we can get the media to come into the agri space, it makes things more interesting.
Beyond the marketplace, the fair featured exhibitions and agribusiness showcases celebrating the full value chain of Ghana's food economy. Frema Edunyami, head of events and partnerships at Channel 1 TV and City FM, says they are encouraged by the strong turnout and feedback.
A lot of people are very excited about the AgriFair. People keep asking if we can do it once a month. I was like, what? I mean, that's going to be a difficult one, but it also tells that people are excited about it and they would really want to see this happen very often. So we are taking the feedback and we'll ensure that we will see what we can do about it. If we can do maybe twice a year, okay, but that's up for discussion. People also want to see more things, so we're also calling on the farmers to bring in fact, almost everything that you can bring from your farm. But for whatever has been here this edition, it's been very great because we've had a wide variety of food stuff. So from the cassava, the plantain, the fish, the pork, I mean everything. But we hope that moving on, there will be more of the variety.
The AgriFair 2025 was powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM. It's proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, the Horticulture Business Platform, Petroleum Ghana Limited, and technology partner Farmerline.
It's been a wrap here from the A4 Sutherland Park, where the farmers are leaving with smiles and customers with full baskets. For many customers, they are looking ahead to next year's edition. I'm Netele Netiajaho for Channel 1 News.
Now, for local farmers to be able to compete on the international markets, they need a lot of capital injection. Now, that's where Exim Bank comes in. Now, my colleague Eno Safo had an interaction with the chief executive of Exim Bank, Mr. Sylvester Mensah. Here is that interaction.
Around the fair, what are your impressions so far?
Very impressive, exceedingly impressive, to the extent that the vendors and exhibitors are happy and want to have more. At least 95% of those who have visited have indicated that they have sold far more than they expected. Some have had to go to bring a lot more, and they have sold and they continue to sell. Others are asking when we could have another exhibition. On the face of it, it appears we have had one too many of exhibitions this year, but it doesn't look so with the exhibitors and the vendors. They think that this opportunity provides them with an avenue to market and sell their products. And I think that together we have a responsibility to ensure that we provide this platform to support our innovative SMEs and startups who are doing exceedingly well. I want to commend City FM, Channel 1 TV, and my very good friend, Samens, for the good work and the leadership he's providing in Channel 1 TV. It is through his leadership and innovation that we are having this program. Exim Bank would always support and sponsor programs of this nature. It falls within our domain. It's an area that we are always ready to partner, and any day, anytime, City FM, Channel 1 TV, is ready with an idea. Please don't leave us out in the planning stage. We will join you and bring others and leverage on others to ensure that we have a blast. But we are thinking of another exhibition. We have had conversations with Channel 1 TV and City FM and other collaborators, public sector collaborators, to have an agro processing fair, which will not be food, but equipment and implements that are manufactured locally, so that the CSIR, the Kwame Nkrumah University, our polytechnics, gratis, and all those involved in this innovative industrial sector and the production of equipment and implements would also have an opportunity to exhibit what they have. Our farmers need to know what is available locally. They need to understand, and our exhibitors would also have to understand what our farmers require that is doable locally. And so we are going to provide that opportunity for interaction so that they could at least exhibit what they have. Exhibitors would engage and let them know what they want beyond what they have. And that is what will generate greater innovation. And we are ready to sponsor this program, hopefully before the end of the year.
You are still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Lives at risk as canoe and commuters travel the Mepe Adidome stretch of the Volta River without life jackets. Stay with us. The Channel 1 Newsroom will be back with more.
After a long flight, Safari Homes gives you the peace to unwind. A short drive from the airport, convenient for all. For nature lovers, Safari Valley Resort is a hidden gem, surrounded by lush greenery and luxury amenities. A place where you can truly escape. Now for water adventure, Aqua Safari Resort has it all. Jet skis, canoe rides, kayaking, and a visit to the estuary. And for more excitement, Safari Eco Park is the perfect place to get closer to some amazing animals.
Visit Safari World in Ghana, together bringing you closer to nature.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Here, take this.
She's coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming.
She's here. Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes, so what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Let's now head to the Volta region, where a growing disregard for life jackets used along the Volta River, especially along the Mepe Adidome stretch, is heightening safety concerns as passengers and canoe operators continue to shift blame. Our Volta regional correspondent Desmond Salasiago has more in this report.
As erratic weather conditions intensify the dangers of inland water transport, the refusal of both canoe operators and passengers to wear life jackets along the Mepe Aduduma route is raising serious concern among residents and local officials. Though both sides acknowledge the risk, compliance remains low, with each group accusing the other of negligence. Passengers admit that crossing without life jackets is hazardous, but insist they are left with no alternative. They allege that canoe operators hold donated life jackets, making them inaccessible, and the few available, they claim, are often tattered, filthy, and unusable.
The first time I'm crossing, those who are able to enforce rules and regulations at the river bank, they have returned to do their best. The boat operators choose to do anything at all at the life. Even if they have the life jackets, when they are dirty, they will know what's in it, they will throw them away. Thereby, we don't have access to any of the life jackets and crossing without the life jacket. In authority to actually make sure rules and regulations are being obeyed and more life jackets should be provided.
Most passengers, particularly men, avoid them for cosmetic reasons, worried about wrinkling their clothes, or believing the short distance doesn't warrant the discomfort.
It is risky. That's why we are wearing one, because we know that one day maybe something can happen. But the customers, they are not hearing some of around there, so when you turn and they say they are wearing coat already, so they don't need the life jacket.
Concerned about the rising trend, Assembly member for the Mepe electoral area, Amos Ahosubono, is calling for immediate enforcement of safety regulations, particularly around mandatory life jacket use. As time goes on, we see donors coming with existing life jacket to donate life jacket to our people. But as we can see that not even a single one on the distance on the boat. And then you will be surprised where actually they are taking them to. District Chief Executive for Central Town, Mr. Doji Adesemoni, says the Assembly has begun an awareness campaign to educate the public on the importance of wearing life jackets. He adds that sanctions will be introduced to ensure compliance and protect lives on the river.
Life jacket saves lives, so its usage can never be underestimated. When we meet them, we are going to educate them on the importance of the usage of the life jackets.
With the blame game still ongoing, authorities have been to intervene to ensure life jackets are used on the river. Reporting for Channel 1 from Aduduma in the Central Town District of the Volta Region. My name is Desmond Lasser.
Still on life jackets, commuters in the Nanumba South District of the Northern Region say their lives are at stake as they continue to cross the Oti River in canoes and boats without life jackets. Our Northern Regional correspondent, Mohammed Aminu Alabira, has more in the following report.
It's market day in Bimbila. Commuters from nearby communities, including those from the overseas areas like Zabzugu, have no choice but to cross the Chichage River near Bangdeyile using a single boat and 2 canoes. However, these passengers are ferried across the river without life jackets, despite the known risk. 2 years ago, Channel 1 reported on this same safety concern. In response, the Zabzugu District Assembly provided around 50 life jackets to operators at the riverside. But after the recent tragedy in Laura, where 7 students drowned whilst using a boat without life jackets, Channel 1 returned to assess the current state of safety at Chichage. Upon arrival, our team found the life jackets abandoned in a shade on the river bank. According to the passengers, the jackets are too dirty to wear, whilst operators claim that many of the zippers are damaged.
We are just risking our life
crossing it. Sometimes when you come and the boat is full, maybe you use the canoe. And when the boat is not full, it normally take about 8 or 9 motorbikes plus people.
Some shared their fears with Channel 1 News and appealed to the government for urgent intervention, particularly the construction of a bridge to ensure safe and reliable passage.
If you came here or you come here to cross, you just give your life to God only, because for now we don't have any option. We needed the bridge for if government can help us with bridge, and then life, or if not the life jackets, we could have been safe, because crossing this river we are even using canoe for now.
Boat operator Jonathan Kofi told Channel 1 that although they are aware of the risk, they are reluctant to use the life jackets, citing concerns about the overloading the boats.
We are having some, but for now we don't have some again. All of them have spoiled. They give us 3 years back, but now none of them is here again. The way we used to load, when we have the life jackets, we can't load that way again.
This is the river and people cross here. Today is Bimbila Market Day, and all communities beyond the river to Zabzugu, they all cross here to Bimbila Market without life jacket. The passengers tell me life is very risky when crossing here. From Chichagi Riverside, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira, reporting for Channel 1 News.
Let's stay on the subject of life jackets, and this time head to the Upper West region, where the Municipal Office of the National Disaster Management Organization is raising concerns about the lack of safety equipment, especially life jackets. Our Upper West Regional Correspondent Martina Masonu Zabok has more in this report.
The black water is often seen as a source of livelihood, but for families of 7 Lara senior high students who perished in a recent boat accident, it has become a symbol of heartbreaking loss. The tragedy has cast a long shadow over the municipality, leaving the entire community in mourning. Mr. Anguiri expressed frustration over the inability to enforce safety along the river, particularly in the absence of basic equipment like life jackets.
We had wished as an office to at least provide more relief, especially life jackets around the river banks. But the office is handicapped to the extent that as we speak now, we cannot boast of even one life jacket as far as the office is concerned.
NADMO says it is shifting its focus to prevention over response. As part of this new approach, the office plans to roll out public education campaigns and community engagement sessions in riverside settlements to raise awareness on safety protocols and emergency preparedness.
As an institution, we'll be engaging those around the Black Volta, community engagement, where there will be public sensitization, so that at least we can avert some of these challenges going forward.
Lara Municipal Coordinating Director Adongo John noted that while the Disaster Management Committee had previously distributed life jackets to canoe operators, many were not used as intended, undermining safety efforts.
Some of the life jackets were being misused. Others were wearing them to farms and whatnot. But then we sensitized the community, and then they were being used judiciously until I think later on we have realized that most of them too have also relaxed in insisting on the usage of the life jackets.
Meanwhile, some canoe operators are calling on government to not only supply life jackets but also construct a bridge across the Black Volta. They believe these measures will drastically reduce the risks associated with river crossing in the area.
The border say about a year gun ni abujina. Tito yota tubi. Aneta mi konseleni ati manapua. Tina ma se ati mane dambia. Ako ngocha nwen. Voilà, timicha lulu jeleni ati san ban. Ola te sion ho ole onu shoaka. Pise tunwa kuna onu kun onu kuna atumele kun. Se obi be choma. Ana se obi di kudwa choma na se onim kudwa chwa. and I say Onimua, Timigi need to insume. A little use of the strap band says, our body a bit man wire. On why I say, you may be a bit man, dear, plus issue, and I say, bit my be my.
But say Tinamasu, can ya Alena and Wibia at the Dico Tonsiga, Adan Yena. Abanipa me upon our, you cocoa in Bokan. A Pasian in sure. Tumanda certain terrain. Aliena Dancotia, Asano.
Passengers here at the Volta River, which is known as the Black Volta, are appealing to the government to provide them with life jackets, or better still, construct the bridge for a safer passage to Burkina Faso. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Masono Martina. Depe.
Now, the minority in parliament is raising concerns over the impact of the conflicts between Iran and Israel on Ghana's petroleum sector. Now, according to the caucus, the escalation tensions have caused world market prices of crude oil to increase. My colleague Ni Ayukuyo Kain has more in this report.
The Energy Committee of Parliament on Saturday began an engagement with key agencies under the Energy Ministry at the Royal Century Hotel in the Eastern Region. Appearing before the committee on Sunday, the management of the Petroleum Hub Development Corporation appealed to the government for an amount of 300 million Ghana cedis as compensation to farmers and other property owners for its 20,000 acre land acquisition to enable the establishment of the Petroleum Hub.
Those of us at the hub, we wish construction started yesterday. You see how aggressive we are. So once we, that's why we have been hammering not on the 1.2 billion that is estimated for the entire land, but we have been hammering on just the 300 million. We believe that once we have the 300 million to begin compensating farmers and property owners on the land, the gate will be opened for investors to start coming in. So once we have the money, we can now assure investors that we are ready.
Now, management of the Tema Oil Refinery, in its engagement with the committee, assured that the refinery will resume its full operations by October this year.
We spend $400 million every month importing refined petroleum products. When TOR is running, we will need less than 60% of that money to import refined petroleum products. So we have just put together a turnaround maintenance committee, spearheaded by the general manager maintenance and supervised by the deputy managing director. And every Friday we come together to look at the steps and the things that we need to do to get the plant back. And from so far, the timeline that we are seeing, between September and October, we should get the CDU back on stream.
The managing director also expressed concern over the unaudited accounts of TOR since the year 2019.
For the past 6 years, the refinery has not had audited accounts since 2019. So it's now that we've brought external auditors and they are busily working. And we are hoping that by next month we'll have all the 6 audited accounts that we'll present to SIGA and also give copies to members of the committee.
Deputy Ranking Member of the Energy Committee, Collins Adomako Mensah, in an interaction with journalists, raised concerns about the impact of the Israel-Iran war on Ghana's petroleum sector.
Iran is an oil-producing country, and they produce quite significant amount of oil for the international markets. And just the announcement of the escalation, you all saw what happened to the crude prices. Overnight, it went above $70. If it continues this way, we should expect it to go even higher. What is the implication of that to us, especially when we have to import almost all our finished product into the country? That is obviously going to have an effect on us. I mean, GNPC was very clear. They need a lot of investors. You know, yesterday they announced to us the Peckham field, where one Russian company was assisting in getting it done. Most of their financiers had to pull back because of the Russian-Ukraine war. Because the idea is that if you assist them, you are assisting the war. So they have a challenge, a big challenge, and it's going to affect all of us. We just pray that as time goes on, cool heads will prevail.
While appearing before the committee, management of the Ghana Gas raised concerns about the high number of workers employed between the year 2016 and 2025, reported for Channel 1 News from the Royal Century Hotel in the Eastern Region. I am Ni Ayukwe Okain.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Residents of Mamponting in the Ashanti region raise concerns over stalled market project. Please don't go away, we have details in a moment.
Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. Welcome to Western Villas, located at Mensa, where our stunning homes redefine elegance. At Western Villas, each home is a masterpiece, designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
My name is Lydia Safwa. I'm from Safosco Ghana Limited. I'm the managing director for the company. I'll commend MasterCard Foundation and Absa Bank for the 10% loan for women-led businesses and agri-businesses, because this facility came in at the right time for Safosco. The facility helped us to get machinery for our detergent powder and other raw materials to help us come out with 3 products: that's the detergent powder, the African black soap, and the bleach. We're able to employ 15 youth in addition to our working force, and this has really helped boost our productivity and revenue as well. Annually, we organize the Global Hand Washing Day in schools within our vicinity. We hope to make sure that Safosco helps to combat diseases from the schools. We are trying to have volunteers within the school. Those volunteers will help make sure that the project is being sustained in the school.
Absolutely emphatic. He has done it.
Get ready for more on Supersport, the only place to watch all the FIFA Club World Cup.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. My chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm in rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. To the Ashanti region now, where traders and residents in Mamponting are raising concerns over the continuous neglect of a major market project in the Kabere East municipality. Our Ashanti regional correspondent Bright Ebua visited the community and filed the following report.
Once envisioned as a thriving modern market complex to revitalize commerce in Mampongting, the now abandoned structure stands as a stark reminder of neglect and broken promises. The facility, designed to provide safe, organized spaces for traders, has been left untouched for over a decade, with no visible progress or official communication on its future. The silence from authorities continue to fuel public disappointment and anger.
Na ye tontonie mama fo dan wo ho na omobebubuye ebe pamo bi fro se won be market esi ye hu hwe edane siwa na so amanfo etimi wie amanfo ne makogum ebi so ye de ne makosiwa so amanfo so be wie a enso so star na we yempo hwehwe we se bebu agum pepa ne senkedwane de nkoma ba ya mai sanse dwane de ache pa mi se ko 4 pence ene dwa we omo yeye emre bi se omo ba anu be interview se ya me ya ka kiro omo se dwa no omo anye dwa na amaye anya de abai na ote so no ye beto ama no.
In the absence of a functional market, hundreds of traders, predominantly men, now operate along the shoulders of the main road. Their daily hustle under the scorching sun or in the rain puts their health and safety at risk as they jostle for space with passing vehicles.
Inti ye de ye gidie pa ye mpa ya ye bone se ka Awurade be ye adom na ko mbe ye dwana ma ye na ka ye nsoso no ye nya ba bia ye de akwakotena
be ha ye kwa ho no mu stadi so mbe ye dwana ma ye ne dwana mo ntimi nye na ha na etinya e risky but I say manage bi na de ti ha ye hia se ko mbe ye dwana ma ye ba ha na etie na anye emwa ye.
Initially earmarked for completion within 3 years through oil revenue funding, the project has instead been battered by the elements and time. For over 10 years, the uncompleted structure has stood idle, worsening the community's economic hardship.
It was from oil revenues, and then it came to a halt after President Kufuor left office. Successive governments have not been able to complete it, and so it hit a block with funding. And as we speak now, we need about 15 million Ghana cedis to ensure its completion.
Member of Parliament for the Kwabra East constituency, Nana Echampo Akwasi Jemfi, estimates that about 15 million Ghana cedis will be needed to complete the project. He has reaffirmed his commitment to seeing the long-abandoned market finally brought to life.
It's a very important issue that we're discussing. I've taken it up on the floor of Parliament. I've engaged the Minister for Local Government. Even last week, he was in Parliament. I engaged him and he gave further assurances that he's going. He mentioned it actually on the floor of Parliament that he's going to ensure that the Mampongting market and other of such markets like the Profro market, all of them are completed within the shortest possible time.
Until that commitment materializes, however, the people of Mampongting continue to wait, trading their hopes for shelter on the roadside.
For over a decade, this market center has been abandoned, and residents say they are yet to see the reality of the promises made to them. For Channel 1 News, I am Bright Tieboa.
Now, as the rainy season intensifies, public minibuses, also known as structures, are under scrutiny. In the following report, my colleague Elizabeth Okanse puts the spotlight on the worsening state of these structures.
This isn't a junkyard. It is a moving minibus, commonly known as structure, captured with a hidden camera during a ride from Tema to Accra. The driver struggles with a barely functioning steering wheel wrapped in exposed wires. The brakes squealed with every stop, while passengers cling to their seats with growing unease. For many, the daily commute has become a leap of faith. Yet, With few alternatives, thousands bought these vehicles, barely fully aware of the risks involved.
Almost 70%. And the Akasi Yimodi and Unyankoe. In the bar, you and you, Obefu. Also for the Sir.
Media, no Casimni, and Yakura. Obet me a faka, be a bedru Hanahano, now Cosay. My son say, we never been into a so many genisa. I feel so no can't be all crazy short, a babuak of Pimbra, Ubidru baby, Oko.
Some commuters told Channel 1 News they have endured injury, damaged belongings, and even soaked clothing thanks to leaking roof, shattered windows, and general neglect by vehicle owners.
Some of the trucks, they are very, very old. They are very old. Some even, see, you are entering, it can catch you. Very, very old. You can even look at this one. Look at how the state of the car is. Very old. Yeah, very bad, very bad. So the maintenance is not there. They don't maintain their vehicle at all.
Drivers, meanwhile, cite the high cost of spare parts, poor road conditions, and unpredictable earnings as reasons for delayed or skipped maintenance, despite recent fuel price reductions.
Musa seat amoye. Me won't soon for seat na moye. That be seat in you. Ni seat mu. They be a passenger seat. Obu adent here.
It's a cow no. Auntie so. I can't remember no about me give 50 pesos. Ade. It's a doctor kotoa the same price. Okoto kosoa the same price. Ade ne yenkwa ye ka no na we na abalo.
Oh, sir, so passing this annual man, I'm finding blue food, oil, ne, car home, my baby, and they say, Minji crowd, Minji and Hammer. I'm a cause, yeah, I'm a cause of Mukobisai, almost 250 million. 250 million. Saying the first one, indicator on 177. 177, I increase it call 250 million.
In a fiercely competitive industries, some drivers admit they have little choice but to keep their vehicles running in any condition just to stay afloat.
Oh, so they may yank a crack. Get my horn, they bet me now, Jebu also am a corner, Mintimia, a one was running the auto and Adia Nakasa, maybe a Matia Nakabi. Until we number 8 Macanam and the balance of command.
It is a wako a honey bubuashi, we bubuashi come on a metinano, a honey bubuashi 2 CD 50 pesos. Send on the bako, send on the baba, no be 50 Ghana womb, Edaye, or best out of fuel, and sana seats, and sana chop money, and sana.
Passengers also lament inadequate infrastructure at bus terminals, pointing to the lack of shelter, long queues, and a shortage of vehicles on busy routes. Authorities, however, says reforms are underway. Public Relations Officer of the National Road Safety Authority says the agency is working with the DVLA to clamp down on dilapidated vehicles and enforce roadworthiness regulation in a bid to curb avoidable accidents.
And so we have been collaborating with DVLA to enforce certain bylaws and certain policies so that we'll make sure that they are off the road. And recently, together with DVLA, led by DVLA, we are enforcing the road side check of defect and infraction delinquency.
As the skies open and roads turn into rivers, thousands of Ghanaians continue to entrust their life to vehicles held together by little more than wire, hope, and prayer. Many are calling on authority to urgently come to their aid. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Elizabeth Kabuki Okansi.
That'll be all for this edition of the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Please visit our website, channel1news.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for watching.
When the stars come out, Ghana Weekend turns up the lights. From the hottest red carpet moments to the wildest after parties. And for all your celebrations, anniversaries, and unforgettable moments, if it's happening, we're there. First, fast, and fabulously. Your front row pass to Ghana's A-list lifestyle is just a click or a channel away. GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV, where fame meets the fans. Promote your next big event with us, because when you party with the stars, the whole nation of black stars should know. Visit GhanaWeekend.com, watch and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle at GhanaWeekend.com, on X at Ghana Weekend, on TikTok, Ghana Weekend, and on Facebook at Ghana Weekend. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, all access, all glam, all yours.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked, welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boko has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yende, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed in us. You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your